Garrett Blevins here with week 2, day 2 of the Kingpin-RTS split. Today I did 100% of my volume as barbell work, and it was an extremely difficult day. I expected to do heavier weights on squats, but did not. I left a little bit of my setup in here. I used to always step in underneath the bar with my left foot, and then position the bar, and then step in with my right foot. But that was actually causing me a lot of elbow pain in my left arm. And so what I tried today is, one, wrap them up and keep these neoprene knee sleeves on there to keep them warm. But also I decided to just lean forward into the bar, set it evenly, and then step in underneath it instead of really trying to wedge myself in with my left foot forward. And that actually alleviated a lot of the stress that I felt from squatting. My elbow's been feeling better lately. I think whenever you have muscle strain, it's important to when you're doing, like, one thing you can do is self massage. So I was working a lot with like a real hard ball and rolling that over my forearm, loosening it up. I worked against the grain of the muscle, so if the muscle kind of flows, down your arm, going perpendicular to the way in which the muscle and the tendons flow. A good rule of thumb is just use common sense when you're doing that. If it hurts really bad, stop. Pain is a good indicator of when to stop. At least that's what's been helpful for me. And also iced it, and it ended up feeling better today than it's been in a long time. So I did the speed work that you saw there with 405. Or actually it's 410 with the clips, but who cares? In any case, here's a 5x5 is what I had decided to do after it for a volume protocol. And these were horrible. I mean, this is some of the hardest work that I've done squatting in a long time. It was mentally taxing to think about going through all 5 of them. My back had started to cramp up on me, and I had to lay down in between sets and wait for my back to calm down before I could come back and do another one. And didn't feel like I was moving towards injury, just felt that my back was fatigued from all the volume that I was doing today. I think it ended up somewhere around 23,000 pounds of squatting volume, and it was just really difficult. I just finished watching some YouTube videos, some of the people that I watch, and a couple of them were doing very similar weights. Their overall max is lower than mine, but they were doing 5 sets of 5 with 405 or close to it. And I just, hats off to people that are doing the volume work. And it is hard mentally to think that after you finish your speed sets, then you have a volume protocol. So I'm not feeling bad about not doing any assistance work today. After the squatting, I had 5 sets of 2 with 350. This was pretty easy, and my elbow felt pretty good. I really focused on keeping my wrists locked and getting all the force out of the bottom directly through the bones into the bar and really shooting the bar up. Sometimes I'll let my wrists get a little lax, where my wrists will kind of cramp back and my knuckles will start to get more parallel to the ground. Here I was really trying to keep my wrist pointed forward, and this was helpful also in these close grip benches. I've definitely taken my close grip in quite a bit, and I'm pretty sure that this was a PR. I'll have to look back through some of my logs, but this felt pretty heavy, but also felt pretty good. It just feels like it's way up there. You got to press it really far when you're doing close grip, but I decided to do the intensity protocol here because it was a max effort bench press. I figured I should do the intensity protocol of RTS, and that's probably what I'll do from here on out. What I wanted to talk about today is, does God play favorites? I brought this up with the 5th and 6th graders last week. We were talking about how God loves us, and the way in which God loves us is He gives us life. And after we talked about that from 1 John, we went to Acts 12. And in Acts 12, the church is just getting started in Jerusalem. But James, the brother of John, is taken by the kind of the corrupt ruling authorities, just like Jesus was taken by them, and he's killed. And when the ruling authorities see that this pleases some of the people, then they take Peter also, but they don't want to kill him because it's a special feast day. So they're going to wait till after the feast, and then they're going to kill him. I mean, it's just messed up all around on many levels. But what's up with that? James gets killed, Peter's put in prison, and later God delivers Peter from prison. An angel comes, and miraculously he gets taken out of prison. Like, he's able to slip past the guards because they can't see him. His chains fall off him. Why did God save Peter and not James? It seems like God's playing favorites a little bit. Well, what's really going on here is that the life that God gives is not always physical life. Paul talks about in Romans 8 that nothing can separate us from the love of God. Well, if the love of God is his life giving, then nothing can separate us from that, even death. Paul says neither death nor life, nor angels or principalities, and this whole long list of things, nothing in all of creation can separate us from the love, the life giving power of God. And that's because Christians, we believe that there's a hope beyond death. And so if we get killed, if we're persecuted, if things don't work out the way that we would like them to, that doesn't mean that God doesn't love us. It just means that we're going to have to wait to see that life, that love of God show up in our lives. Blessings.